You're watching Me TV Milwaukee, your home for memorable entertainment television.
Good morning, I'm Jennifer Tomazik. Thanks so much for joining us for Racine and Me today. A group that's been around for about 40 years is now trying a new approach to helping people with disabilities. Here to tell us about Career Industries is Joe Green, Executive Director. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Joe.
Thanks for having me.
So give folks a little background on what Career Industries is.
Well, Career Industries is a nonprofit organization in Racine County that serves adults with disabilities. We have been in existence for a little over 40 years. And yeah, it's been quite a long time, and we exist to enhance the lives of adults with disabilities, to give them the opportunities or the same opportunities that you and I have every single day.
And this all kind of started, you said, with a group of 6 people back 40 years ago?
Yeah, over 40 years ago, a group of concerned parents got together because they didn't want their children to be, institutionalized, and they wanted them to, again, have opportunities like we do. So they started kind of organize themselves and starting having a day service program where they would come in and do different activities and crafts to help, enhance their abilities, their skills, their social skills, and to just get them out of the house.
Mm-hmm. And boy, you've grown since then. Not just doing crafts anymore.
No, not just doing crafts.
Plenty of things going on. Tell me what kind of programs you specialize in.
Well, we have several programs, but probably one that we're known most for is our Fulfillment Services program, and that's where we work with area businesses, bring in meaningful paid work opportunities for our people. And so once we train them and they can kind of learn some of the skills necessary, and if they have those abilities, then we can take them out in the community and help them find community-based jobs. We also have a program it's called our Integrated Day Services program, where we take the people out in the community on a daily basis, and they do a lot of volunteer work, delivering Meals on Wheels, maybe going shopping for a cooking class, just all those things that you and I like to do. They may go to the zoo one day, mm-hmm. Because they might not have a chance otherwise.
So we're talking about recreation, we're talking about volunteerism, we're talking about jobs as well.
We're talking about jobs as well.
That's wonderful. And now you have a new facility where you're able to do a lot of this training.
We do. We're very excited. On March 1st, we opened up Racine's first gluten-free only store. And it's called Greater Grain Gluten-Free Goods. And we cater, again, exclusively to those people who have gluten intolerances. Since my wife has celiac disease, we were a little bit always challenged to find a good source of gluten-free products in Racine. And so we'd have to go to several different grocery stores just to find groceries for her. And so that was part of the reason that we wanted to open it. And the other reason, and the main reason is one more way that we can offer training to our people with disabilities. And as demand grows for our services, the support, financial support shrinks. So this is yet one more way to provide revenue for all of our other programs.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you have any estimate on how much you think that this store could help bring into the nonprofit?
Well, we're hoping that in the first year or so that we can look at bringing in a couple $100,000 anyway, mm-hmm. just as a place to start.
And I mean, with these tough economic times, it's like all businesses are now trying to find something else that they can kind of do and hope to get a little extra revenue from.
That's right, and I think the timing is good because it seems most people I talk to now at least know someone who has a gluten intolerance. If it's not themselves, it's their niece or whatever. It's somebody in their family. Mm-hmm. So I think the timing is very good. We've had great response so far. We've had a couple thousand people in the door in the last 6 weeks.
About a month, yeah.
Yeah, and it's been very busy.
Now, we're going to talk with some more folks who are actually involved with this venture. We should mention that you also have a new facility where you're kind of based out of as well.
We do. We moved in December. We moved from our facility of about 25,000 square feet into a new facility on Washington Avenue kind of right in the center of town that is more than double in size. We're about 53,000 square feet there. And one of the big reasons we wanted to do that, besides needing the more space, or needing additional space, was to kind of get our people out in the community so that we have a lot of windows, a lot of light. We're right in the center of town. We want people to know what we do every day and to come and see us.
And that kind of goes along with the folks that started everything, just making it visible. Don't you know, making sure that everybody is involved in the community and gets that same opportunity.
That's
like
right.
You and I have. With this facility also, does this kind of help to re-energize the community that it's within?
I think it does. We you know, the part of the town we moved into what was a little, some of the businesses had moved out, and so I believe that as part of that mall, Heritage Mall area that we're in, that we're going to help bring more people into that area, because they see our new building, our new facade. You know, it's very attractive, and I think with all the traffic that we have coming in, it would make some of those other businesses maybe sustainable as well.
That's great, helping out the community as a whole. Wonderful.
We hope so.
All right, so when we come back here, Career Industries not only has expanded its facilities we were just talking about here, but we're going to tell you about that new gluten-free store coming up after the break. Definitely want to stick around for that. Welcome back to Racine and Me this morning. In this tough economy, organizations are trying to find ways to add to their bottom lines. Career Industries is no exception. Joe Green is here with us, and now we've added Jeannie Webb to our little mix here. We're talking about Greater Grains, which is the new gluten-free store that you all open. I guess let's kind of talk about the whole budget scenario first, Joe. What are you guys kind of looking at? You mentioned in the last segment that the budget's getting a little tighter these days.
It is, you know, as there's only so much money to go around, and as the state has to make some tough decisions at times, we realize that. And we want to not have to react to any cuts that might come. We want to kind of be ahead of that curve. And so, you know, every year we look to be more and more self-sustaining, self-supporting, and less reliant on public dollars.
Do you guys do fundraising? Are you involved in the community and trying to have them kind of help you guys?
We've not done a lot of fundraising. That's kind of my philosophy is I don't want to be looked at as necessarily a charity. I'd rather be looked at as a viable business partner. So we've really avoided much fundraising. And
you are definitely not only a partnering with, you know, the folks who come into Career Industries, but you're partnering with a lot of businesses in the community.
There are about 200 businesses that work with us in various ways through providing work in our workshop, our fulfillment services department, as well as, we didn't mention before, but we have a division that sells trash can liners.
I read about that.
Yeah, about 14 million of those we sold last year.
Really?
Many of them to the state of Wisconsin, but we have about 180 other customers, different businesses in and around southeast Wisconsin who buy our trash can liners. And
that is made by folks who are working with them, Career Industries?
They do. They are made. We have a gentleman who actually we've hired. He works in Ohio and actually works on the line that manufactures the bags, and then they're shipped to us, and we repackage them accordingly.
Wonderful. All right, so the latest venture is Greater Grain, and that is the gluten-free side of the grocery store that's now open in Racine. Jeannie, you are, tell me about your affiliation with Greater Grain.
I am developing a new program for our Partners in Employment Department. We will be doing a cashier and customer service training for the gluten-free store. So we'll be having some of our clients coming in, learning how to work the cash register, learning customer service skills, so they'll be able to apply them to jobs out in the community.
So is the goal to have the folks come into Career Industries and then become lifelong employees of Greater Grain, or is it to get them out and find other jobs?
Specifically to get them out to find other jobs in the community.
Okay, that's wonderful. So tell me about the training. How does that start? Where does that start?
It starts, I don't know how to explain that.
Is this an on-site, or are you doing this in the other facility?
It's on-site at Greater Grain. We have we will be beginning with two clients coming into Greater Grain 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And we'll be going through a curriculum of cashiering and customer service skills. It'll be something different on a daily basis, and getting them prepared.
Now, have you already started the training with some of the folks?
We have, and we have Matt here with us today who will be talking about it and telling you a little bit more about what he does there.
Okay, and you're a job coach, and so what I also find is interesting in some of the businesses that you guys work with, you send folks like Jeannie out with some of these folks into the job world. Tell me what that's like and why it's important for someone like you to be there.
I'm sorry.
Why is it important for you to kind of be out on some of the on-site locations that you guys contract out with?
Okay, what I think ultimately is that it's beneficial for the employer. It gives them kind of a security to know that someone is there and they don't have to take away from their resources to come in and train someone. That's what I'm there for, so they can focus on their job and I can come in and help our client to do theirs more effectively.
So what kind of places do you work with?
We've been at quite a few places from, I'm sorry, do I name the places?
Sure, if you can tell us some of the places that you work with. I know you have a lot. I know that Joe said you guys have 200 or so that you work with. But what are some specifically that you kind of help out
right
with?
now we're at Putzmeister, which is a big organization in Racine that we've never been at before. So we're starting there, and it's quite interesting. We've been at Bethesda Thrift Store. We've been at Walmart. Let's see, where else have we been? There's been Automotive Shop, Durand Automotive in Racine.
Sounds like
Steinhoffel's, lots of places.
A whole bunch. And
lots of places.
Now, Joe, are you guys going out into the community saying that we have folks who can help you out, or are you finding that community partners are coming to you saying, hey, we could use some extra employees?
We see both. Mostly it's us going out at this point. We have job developers in the program who go out and, well, first of all, they get to know the participant and what their skills, what their desires, what they want to do. And then they'll go out specifically and find jobs for them. You know, Matt, when he comes on, is going to talk about an opportunity he's going to have next week at a business in Racine who's interested in interviewing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great. And that all came from the training at Greater Grains.
Part of it did, yeah.
That's wonderful. What's it like to kind of see these folks come from the beginning and then after the month kind of see where they have now achieved?
It's exciting to see their progress from the point where they first start doing a work experience, which only lasts a couple of weeks, and to get them prepared to go out and do jobs on their own where they don't need us anymore.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I'm sure it's probably one of those bittersweet moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to see them move on, but then at the same time, probably sad to see them go.
It is. That's true.
All right, well, we've been talking about Matt all morning, so we're going to take a quick break. We're going to bring Matt back, who is one of the employees at Greater Grains, and stay with us. We have more coming up after the break.